I'm Jim Bologna. Welcome to Hoopinsure, where we help multi-line agents take agency sales to the next level. Let's talk about policy reviews. Every agent may think they have a policy review process, but how many additional sales are you really uncovering during your policy review? How do you schedule your review with your customers? What do you say once you have a customer on the phone or in person for a review? Which part of the policy do you start the review conversation off first with? Let's go through a few steps of a proper review process. Many agents think if you send an email or leave a message, you've done your job by attempting to reach your customer to offer a policy review. Many agents feel if they don't get a hold of their customer and their policy renews, then that's okay, because the customer is with the agency for another year and everyone is happy. This is the wrong mindset. If that's how you've been doing business, you don't truly realize how much revenue you're losing by not talking to as many existing customers at policy reviews. Here are some policy review best practices that I suggest you start implementing into your process. You need to have a process where all of your customers are receiving a phone call to schedule a policy review starting 45 days before the actual policy renews. Not 15 days, not 10 days, but 45 days. Leave a message and contact the customer at least 2 times a week, and on average, your customer will make contact after your 3rd attempt. So no one and done calls. Don't jump into the policy review once you have your customer on the phone. Remember, you called the customer and they probably don't have as much time as needed for you to do a proper review. Schedule a date within the near future with your customer and have the scheduled dates with your policy review specialist to offer your customer. The conversation goes something like this. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Customer. I'm Jim, and the reason for my call is to schedule a time for us to go over your home and auto policy, which is coming up for renewal within the next 45 days. I'd like to schedule a 20-minute conversation over the phone or at the office and go over your existing policies with our review specialist. We want to make sure you're qualifying for all your discounts and make sure that nothing has changed within your household's insurance needs. Our specialist has availability to perform your policy review this Thursday at 10 o'clock or 3 p.m. Which time do you prefer? The more policy review conversations you schedule, the better your retention and more cross-sell opportunities you'll uncover. Open every policy review by telling your customer the agency starts every policy renewal conversation by reviewing their liability limits. Here are some proven language to start the policy review conversation. Mr. and Mrs. Customer, here at our agency, it's important we start by reviewing your limits of liability. These limits will protect your assets against lawsuits, accidents, and catastrophes. We know our customers' households are always changing, so we're going to go over your exposed assets and make sure your policy limits match your protection needs. Always start the policy review by reviewing your customers' liability limits. Here's the best part about starting the conversation by reviewing those limits. In order to properly assess the customer's liability exposure, you need your customer to identify with you all additional assets such as additional vehicles, boats, motorcycles, RVs, business ownership, all of those additional cross-sell items that exist in your household, but you never really knew how to bring it out in your customer's conversation. So use the policy review and the liability limits conversation to uncover all of the bundling and cross-sell opportunity that exists in your customer's home. Remember, your agency makes more money by keeping an existing customer, and it costs a lot less than acquiring a new business customer. Keep as many customers with a solid policy review process. For additional questions or help scheduling policy reviews and implementing a proven policy review process, contact us through our Hoopinsure website at www.hoopinsure.com. Let's implement a proven process that works.